All right. Today we're gonna do a little bit of a video tour here. Welcome to Valheim, comfy Valheim specifically. My gaming group, the Wolves of Tyr, we started playing Valheim in the beginning, and it's taken us to some crazy places. So for being that we've played several eras on this comfy server, I decided to issue a fun little challenge to the rest of the wolves. And now that my challenge is completed, I've done it myself. I wanted to do like a video tour so that I could show the folks and, have it for posterity, I guess. So let's take a look at the challenge first and foremost. So for the wolf challenge here, we've got to make 3 shrines to Tyr. We've got to make offerings at a temple of Tyr that was made by another player. We've got to have a tier 3 holding. We've got to make sagas. And we have to be exalted in at least 2 of the comfy guilds. That's the requirements for completing this challenge. So, let's start. This is my space island. This is my base that I operate out of. I've been operating out of this thing the entire era. It was not always this nice. For most of the era, I was just operating out of a little wooden box with boxes and a bed as I was building stuff for other people, and I finally got to build stuff for myself. So here we go. I have maxed out all of the guilds on Comfy except for Slayers, because I had maxed that one out twice before in eras past, and I wanted to focus on the ones I hadn't done before. So this is my second time doing mages, and pretty neat. If you don't know what the guilds are on the Comfy Valheim server, it's kind of a neat multiplayer experience for Valheim. Just doing a little tour of my space island here. Here's my crafting hall. This is my merchant shop. You need a shop to be able to max out merchants, and this is my shop. So where do we start? This is my holding. I call it Grim Hollow. I hired a guy to do the pathing, because I was pretty busy working on all the buildings and the tower in the background, and he was nice enough to do the roadways for me, and he built all these trees as well. So I really like how the trees turned out, so I copied the design and built a couple on my space island. Every holding has to have an inn. Go ahead and put a little bit of wood in the fire there. Inn has to have rooms for guests to stay in, right? So here we go. It's got 3 rooms. This village actually has 2 mead halls. This is the first one. All I did was I found a Draugr village that was sitting here, and I refurbished it. Nothing in the rules says you can't take an existing village and rebuild it, which I did. I changed out all the building materials to ash wood and decorated it. This is the second mead hall right here. It's almost a carbon copy of the first one. Turned out pretty nice. At least I think so. Let's go look at this last house right over here. See, even these little houses have some decorations in them. Back to this mead hall. If we take a little trip over here, this is the second professional building, or third, if you count both the mead halls. This is the Mage Tower. This will be part of the end of era tour that they do on the server, and it's got 3 levels. It's got the entry level. This is like a little power summoning room or whatever wizardry that's going on here. I like all the purple. purple and glowy, and that's the best part. And then the third level is a like a mage study or brew potions and such. I think it turned out pretty good. All of the books and stuff are labeled. Not bad. I think it turned out pretty good as far as builds go. It was a lot of fun to build. It took me a while. You can kind of see the top here, and we can kind of get a little view of it from as we're falling down. Yeah. Alright, so this is my holding. It actually has a shrine to Tyr in it. It's up above in the mountain there. So we'll see that as part of the sagas, which is another part of the challenge. So we'll go do that next, I suppose. So in order to get to the saga hub, we're gonna have to go through the wolf den. Now, what the wolf den is at the beginning of the era, my gaming group gets together and we pool our resources to build crafting stations and get them maxed out as soon as possible. That way everybody's got all of, they got access to all the crafting stations, so we're free to do other things. And this is, the way this works is kind of like a lending locker, where we donate stuff to help the rest of the pack out, and if somebody else needs it, they grab it, but they're expected to replenish boxes for the next person, And we have kind of like a mini portal hub where we've got little farms that everybody uses, smelting halls and such. You get the idea anyway. Here's kind of like a portal hub. Now we'll go to the saga hub here. So part of the challenge, everybody had to make a certain amount of sagas. It totals out to 4 of them. 4 sagas. 3 of them are 3-step sagas, and the other one is a 4-step saga. So, as part of the Explorers Guild, we had to do stashes. So I connected my stashes to this saga hub, and each stash had a little campsite here that, I don't know if you could read that. It mentions the specific tale of the saga to go read to get each stash. Well, that's the idea anyway. Each one of these are stories of adventurers and for feats of glory or tragedies or whatever, and you'll see that other people have done them. My 4 are right here. We're going to do like a walkthrough of each one. This was my first one, the Saga of Torkild. I'm not going to read all this out to you. I'm just going to go over all of the text, and you could pause it and read it if you want. Here we go. We start with the story of Torkild. Constantly being assaulted by miscreants here. Accosted by miscreants wherever we go. So this is step 1. Nice little island here. What was that? I must be seeing things. Alright, step 2. Here's the serpent that Torkild fought. Side of a swamp. And step 3. This is one of my shrines of Tyr. everyone has one nearby somewhere. So there's that. See if I can. I don't remember how to. Yeah, there we go. How to get rid of the HUD. So ends the saga of Torkilled, and you could see the little my first little stash over there. So that was the saga of Torkilled. Now begins the saga of Ingrid. All right, so this is step one here. People chatting. This is a public server, so there are other players running around. These are kind of set up like they're landmarks, you know, or theme parks or something. And you'll see that this is another shrine of Tyr. That's funny though, that because these candles were all burned out originally. So one of the mods must have seen this place and did something nice and made the candles infinite, which would be really cool. I don't know. I think this turned out to be a pretty nice shrine. So, oh, there's another player. He's just saying he likes the sagas. Other stuff. Anyway, go to the conclusion of Ingrid's saga here. Alright, and you can see another T-Waz over there with the second stash. This is my big one where it's 4-step. All the other ones are only 3-step. So here is step 1. Like I said, you could always just pause it if you want to read the whole thing. I did not use AI to do these. I just wrote them off the cuff. So if they seem amateurish, that is the reason. This should actually look familiar because we were just here a little bit ago. This is the Shrine of Tyr that is right above Grimm Hollow. And you can see the Mage Tower right there, and there's the village down below us. So this is actually part of the Grimm Hollow village holding. Alright, anyway, let's... I don't know if I could get all this into the... Might be a little hard to read. Anyway, you get the idea. We're going to go to number 4. These guys came to the village of Grimm Hollow because they heard about a monster. They're going to go hunt the monster now. And here's our plucky heroes here. Here's the monster that they fought. And I'll show you where the third stash is. There's another Tiwaz and a little path that leads to the Tier 3. So, okay, now we're on the last saga, the Saga of Ravn. The Battle of Clontarf, pretty famous battle in Irish history. Alright, so that's part 1. Part 2 is, you guessed it, right back to Grimm Hollow. We're on the other side of it. But there's the Mage Tower. And we're going to go to the last part of it. This is, you know, where Ravn comes to Grimm Hollow and learns about another monster plaguing the village. Well, somebody was here because there's monster guts laying on the ground. But this is Ravn and the Grokken, the monster. Yes, I know he looks weird and probably lame, but that's fine. Okay, and that is my final saga. That's all 4 of them. Hope you like that part. So far you've seen 3 shrines that I made. We did all of the sagas. This just is the last one. The Tier 3 saga is the 4-parter. So we did 4 sagas. You saw that I've got exalted rank in not only 2, but all but 1 of the guilds on Comfy, and you've seen my holding. So now the only thing left is the pilgrimage to the Wolf Temple. So this is one of the entries to the Saga Hub, and apparently people died over here. There's a couple of corpses, so we're gonna go on down here. Got us a little portal, and this is the Temple of Tyr that another player on the server made for us as a commission. And this is where we all dropped off our offerings, you know, as part of the challenge. And he did like a write-up on you know, the mythology behind Tyr. And here is my armor offering. You can see other people left some as well. Put mine in the front, just because I was the first one here. Funny, we just saw this guy over by the other one. Let's see, what else? We could do a little tour, I guess. Chipped all our money in and bought this space island and put all our hobbit huts on this space island so we'd have our little village. This is somebody else's little hut. And if you get 3 of them in the same village, you get this little crafting hall, which is pretty neat. The admins, man, they're, you know, they make this server work and run and look great. What's called the Nexus. This is has portals. You can request a free portal here. You just give them the mats and they'll put a portal in the Nexus. It's kind of like a central location that's got all the boss portals. Eventually, when they find them, there's another player, by the way. And yeah, there are player-made dungeons and stuff, or admin-made dungeons. It's pretty neat, man. Pretty neat. What else? Each one of the guilds, you can find a portal here. Mages is pretty cool looking. They all have these guild halls. Think of these like theme parks or like class quests. If you were playing World of Warcraft, you'd have like your little quests that you'd go on as part of your classes. They have them here as like it's kind of like a theme park. You know, you do your stuff. You turn your quests in through this Discord server, and it's pretty neat. And this is the Mages Guild headquarters, and this is all player done, by the way. These guys did this guild, and then they got turned into admins or whatever. They volunteered to do this. So this server kind of shows you what Valheim is capable of, with a little bit of modding. It's pretty great, but it's not so heavily modded that you can't take any of the stuff out of here and put it on a vanilla server. Like some servers, if you're not running mods, your stuff will just disappear. Not so with this server. Everything's vanilla friendly, so pretty neat. Yeah, this is Mages Guild. I think the dock and ferry look pretty cool. Go look at those. Didn't mean this to be like an advertisement for this server, but it is pretty neat. It takes a second for it to load in. These guys really did a good job, I think. I made Archmage this server, or this era, and Archmage last era. It was pretty fun. This looks pretty cool at night. A little walkthrough in the dark. All the glowy stuff. I'm about to take all of these trophy pieces of gear off of here and put them all on a trophy server that I've set up before the era ends here. This is what the Space Island looks like. A little base here. I don't know. It's been a pretty fun era as far as eras go. All right, well, thanks for coming on the tour with me. And, see you next time, huh?